The rivalry between Trump and Newsom has reached a point where every move feels like a chess match, and the first episode begins with the spark that ignites the fire. Newsom, sharp and calculated, launches a new initiative that directly challenges Trump's influence and reputation. It isn't just another political statement, it's a move designed to expose weaknesses, to highlight contradictions, and to set the stage for a long battle ahead. Trump, who is never one to remain silent, feels the sting immediately. His frustration shows in the way he responds, doubling down with fiery words and bold declarations. But beneath the surface, there is a clear sense of unease. For years, Trump has dominated the spotlight with his own brand of unfiltered rhetoric. But now he finds himself in a position where another powerful figure is not only resisting him, but turning his own tactics against him. The energy shifts, as Newsom's calculated precision leaves Trump reacting instead of leading. And the first cracks of torment begin to show. The second episode takes the battle to a wider arena, the public. Newsom's strategy does not live in the halls of government alone. It spreads quickly into the streets, the news cycles, and the voices of ordinary citizens. His actions resonate with people who see in him a counterweight to Trump's style. And this resonance builds into momentum. Crowds cheer his defiance. Commentators frame him as a challenger who can stand his ground. And the polls begin to whisper what Trump has always feared, that his grip on the narrative is slipping. Trump watches as the tide of attention turns, feeling the mounting pressure of public opinion. For a man whose power has always depended on being at the center of conversation, this shift is deeply unsettling. Each rally, each media clip, each viral moment adds weight to Newsom's growing presence, while Trump's words start to sound more defensive than commanding. The torment is not just in the criticism but in the erosion of control, the slow but visible transfer of energy from one figure to another. What began as a single move from Newsom is now amplified by the voice of the people. And for Trump, the pressure of standing against a rising wave begins to feel like a battle against time itself. The clash moves on to a new battlefield where the influence of media becomes the deciding weapon. Newsom knows the value of perception, and he uses the press as an amplifier for his moves. Every statement he delivers is carefully crafted, designed to resonate with headlines, soundbites, and social media clips that travel faster than any rally speech. The networks pick up his narrative, commentators dissect his words, and panel discussions highlight the growing contrast between his polished tone and Trump's brash responses. For years, Trump commanded the airwaves with his unfiltered style, dominating news cycles simply by saying something outrageous. But now the tables are turning. Instead of Trump dictating the headlines, it is Newsom who frames the conversation, pushing him into a reactive corner. The torment grows heavier as Trump lashes out on platforms he once controlled. But instead of shifting the focus, his anger seems to reinforce the storyline Newsom has set. Audiences begin to notice the cracks. Critics magnify them, and supporters who once thrived on Trump's media dominance sense that the game is not the same anymore. The coverage makes every one of his frustrations public, every stumble magnified, and each attempt to regain control spins into another news cycle favoring his opponent. The media, once Trump's greatest stage, now feels like an arena where his opponent plays with the upper hand. As the pressure mounts, Trump decides to strike back with a counteroffensive. Convinced that his signature aggression can turn the tide, he steps into the spotlight with fire, delivering sharp words against Newsom, calling him weak, opportunistic, and unfit to stand against him. Rallies are reignited with chants designed to undermine Newsom's credibility, and statements are pushed across platforms to remind the public of Trump's dominance. Yet the energy is different this time. Instead of fear, Newsom responds with composure, almost welcoming the attack, and turns Trump's words into fuel for his own arguments. The attempt to overpower him only highlights the difference in tone. One figure projecting chaos while the other embodies steadiness. Trump's strategy, once lethal in tearing opponents apart, doesn't land with the same impact because the narrative has shifted. Each attack is replayed by media outlets, but instead of weakening Newsom, they spotlight his calm defiance. The torment for Trump grows not from losing the ability to speak, but from realizing that speaking no longer guarantees control. His counterstrike, meant to silence his rival, instead becomes proof that he feels threatened. What was once a weapon is now backfiring, making the struggle even more visible. The battle between the two takes on a sharper edge. But beneath the surface, it is Trump who feels the weight of momentum slipping. even as he pushes harder to reclaim it. The final episode unfolds with a sense of inevitability, as Newsom delivers a decisive move that feels less like a single action and more like the culmination of everything he has been building. It is a carefully timed strike, unveiled at the moment when Trump is already under the strain of mounting pressure, media scrutiny, and public doubt. Newsom announces a sweeping policy decision, a sharp critique, or a bold initiative that instantly dominates headlines. The move is not just political, it is psychological. It underlines the difference between a leader who is steadily gaining influence and a rival who is struggling to hold on to it. Trump, once the master of unpredictability, finds himself reacting yet again, and the pattern is too visible to ignore. His attempts to downplay the move come across as defensive, his words sharper but less effective, as though the weight of repetition has dulled their force. For a man who once thrived on momentum, the realization that momentum now belongs to someone else is a torment that cuts deeper than any single loss. The reaction across the nation adds another layer of pressure. News outlets seize on the announcement, framing it as a turning point. Commentators debate its impact not only on Trump, but on the future of the political landscape. Supporters of Newsom rally behind the boldness, while even those who oppose him admit that the move shows strength. Trump's core base remains loyal, but their voices are drowned out by the broader narrative that he is slipping into a defensive posture. Every hour that passes cements the impression that Newsom has taken control of the conversation. For Trump, whose power has always depended on commanding attention and dictating terms, this shift feels suffocating. His instinct is to fight harder, to push louder, but the harder he fights, the more it reinforces the story of a man cornered by a rival who refuses to be intimidated. Behind the cameras, the frustration deepens. Advisors scramble to craft responses. Strategists push for new lines of attack, but nothing seems to land with the same force it once did. Newsom's latest move exposes a reality that Trump cannot escape. The era when he could bend the political stage to his will is fading, and someone else is now shaping the playbook. The torment lies not just in the loss of control but in the visibility of it, in the way the world watches the shift unfold in real time. The more Trump resists, the clearer it becomes that the balance has changed. What began as a clash of words has become a battle for perception, and in this round, the decisive blow belongs to Newsom.